Hello sunshines, welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as Bunnyfish on all of the internet places, and welcome to a mini project vlog. In this first week of May, really want to focus on 2 baby blankets. Is that true? Yeah, I guess I do. I was going to say just at work, but that's not true. I also want to focus on them at home, and both of these are works in progress. And I don't need to finish them this week, but I do want to finish them this month, and I would like to make a bunch of progress. So let me show you what I have so far. I have this pink center to one of the blankets. There are 7 rounds completed on it, and that's all the pink yarn I have, but I have this purple, which is Caron 1 pound, and I actually think, looking at it, I need to go up a hook size. So I started it on a US size H hook. Where's the size? There it is. But it's a little ripply. I think the stitches need a little more space. So I'm going to take this version home and go up to a size I hook. And then this version I'm going to keep at work for when I'm on my lunch break. Sorry for the shadows. Which I think will work out fine because I'm using a Caron Simply Soft cream color. It's the second partial skein of that I'm using, and then I have this white color that I just barely cracked into for another project that I'm going to finish it off with. So, an honorable mention to the pink granny square blanket that I made for my work daughter. She uses it, and also my actual little daughter used it on Friday when she was here too. So my goal, this is at 7 rounds. The pink one is at 7 rounds. The cream one is at 15 rounds. And I think finished size, I want them both to be near somewhere between 25 and 30 rounds finished. So that's a lot of work to do this week. But I can do this. I'll be sure to check in with you, hopefully every day, about how these projects are coming along. Good morning, sunshines. It's Tuesday, and yesterday I ended up having some parking lot crochet time because my boyfriend's car battery died and he got a ride into work from a friend, and his work is on the way from my work to his house. So, and he happened to be getting off of work at the same time that I was, which is not always the case. Oh, like slightly after me, but like barely. So I had maybe like 25 minutes of car crochet. I did almost 2 rounds on the pink blanket. I meant to tell you last night, but when we got to his house, like I just started feeling so like exhausted and not great. I know what it is. It's the temperature swings, because it was really, really chilly on Saturday, and then it was pretty warm on Sunday, and then yesterday morning it was very, very chilly, and then it got up to 80 degrees. And today it's back down to 60. So like I have a migraine is what I'm saying. I ended up having a migraine. I slept I slept 9 hours straight, which is a lot for me. And yeah, I just didn't do very much at my boyfriend's. I ended up not staying very long because he was like, do you just need to go home and sleep? And I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, like you look awful. Like I love you and you're beautiful, but you look like you don't feel very well. So I did, though, do those 2 rounds, about approximately 2 rounds. And I also did approximately 2 rounds on the cream blanket. I have 2.5 sides to go, and then I will have done 2 rounds since I picked this up. And that's pretty good. If I can do a round a day on average, then I'll be done with this before the end of the month. Of course, the rounds get bigger. Every 3 rounds, it gets bigger by 2 stitches per side. So the final rounds are pretty big, so it'll be harder to get to. But I'm pretty pleased with the progress that I made. I'm now up to 17 rounds out of 30 on the cream blanket. Hey Sunshines, it's Tuesday after school. We had a teacher group meetup to knit and crochet, and I am now at the very start right here. I have just 3 little sides done of round 20. So that's really exciting. So I have less than 11 rounds to go. And now it's time to head home and work on the other blanket. I did about 3 rounds on the blanket tonight, which is not bad. It's not like super great. I didn't super focus on the blanket, but I did make some progress and I'm okay with that. Wednesday update. I am on round 21. So the beginning of the round is right here. I'm super close to finishing 21. Maybe I can finish 21 and 22 tomorrow. Hey Sunshines, it's Thursday morning. I did not work on this at all yesterday, which is typical for a Wednesday. I don't usually work on my house projects on Wednesday because we have dinner at Andrew's and that takes up time. My daughter is making breakfast in the kitchen, which is not very far from my room, and she is vocally stimming by like telling herself a story, which she does a lot when she's at home. So if you can hear her, that's what that is. Anyway, this morning I did work on this blanket because I just recorded a crochet with me, and fun fact, it takes about 23 minutes to do a round right now. They just get bigger. So I just finished round 13 and I want to do at least 12 more rounds, but up to 17 more rounds. We'll see how far this skein of yarn takes me because I don't want to buy more yarn for this blanket. This blanket is only going to be as big as this yarn allows, or up to 30 rounds. So we'll see. Hey Sunshines, it's Thursday night and I am just about halfway through round 22. I brought this home in hopes that I would finish this bit of yarn tonight, but it's not happening. I'm way too tired. So hopefully tomorrow. And I haven't worked on the pink and purple one at all today, I don't think. I'm on round 14. I can't remember. It's Friday morning. And I finished round, 22? This is what I have left of that skein of yarn. So I'm going to take this to school. That's where the last skein of yarn is. I'm going to attach the last skein and I'm going to do as many rounds as I can with the last skein. I don't know how many rounds that's going to be. I think it's when I was doing the pink and purple blanket. Sorry, not the pink and purple blanket, the rainbow blanket. For the final pink round, it took, I think I was able to get 5 rounds out of the pink and then a white or a border thing, I think. So I'm going to double check that. And because I'm starting with slightly smaller rounds, I'm going to maybe try to push it. I don't know. But I'm hoping we'll see how far 5 rounds of the white takes me before I start a border round, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not I want to yarn chicken it. Because I'm not buying another skein. I'm just not. Hello Sunshines, it's Saturday morning and I'm ready to edit this vlog, but I didn't record anything yesterday because I didn't work on either blanket yesterday. Not 100% true. I didn't work on either blanket enough to warrant recording. I only worked on the cream blanket because I attached the white yarn, but I only worked 2 sides. So like the equivalent of 1 star point. My kids went to work with me, which was so lovely. Even though there's still 4.5 weeks left of school, I feel like my classroom and my office space are both super ready, like for the end of the school year. All of the extra little tasks that just get pushed aside, that need to be done but like get pushed aside, are done. Like anything that is not a mindful task that I personally had to make choices about, or I mean, I gave those to my kids, and anything that I could make choices in advance and just like give directions based on those choices, they took care of that. It's so nice. It's so cool that my kids are like working humans who I can give tasks to and they don't try to fight me on it. And it's also really nice, even though it was Teacher Appreciation Week, they came for Friends and Family Day. They volunteered to come because they didn't have school yesterday. It's not like they missed school to come. They just didn't have school. So they could have done anything, and they chose to come hang out at my work, which is really cool. And they chose to do work at my work. Because anytime they finished a task, they were like, okay, what else? What else? It was just really nice. It was really nice. But it meant that instead of having my normal 30 minutes of lunch, where like 25 of those are spent, maybe 22 of those are spent crocheting, I spent very little time crocheting because I was talking with my kids and we made taco bowls for lunch. So like the prepping of that, and it was enjoyable, but it was not my normal lunch, so I didn't do that, which is fine. Which is fine. I have plenty of time to finish those blankets, and I mean, I do also have plenty of time to like do stuff with my kids, but not really. Like, my oldest is almost legally an adult, and I don't know. What if my kids don't want to hang out with me when they're grown-ups? So I just wanted to like enjoy the time with them since they volunteered to come. How long is that going to happen for? My kids are so cool. And the blankets will get finished when they get finished. I think I made pretty good progress this week. If I could make an equal amount of progress this coming week, that means that I will finish the cream and white blanket and I'll get really, really far on the purple and pink blanket, which would be great. It would be great. I'm really glad about that progress. What did you work on this week? Anything? Did you have days where you didn't work on things like me? Not that I didn't work on anything. I worked on my pocket knitting, of course, because I always work on that when I'm waiting for kids to show up at my classroom, and just when I'm walking around my classroom I pick up pocket knitting. But I didn't work on my focus projects, which again is fine. Alright, I guess I'll end this here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again so soon. Bye for now.